favourites to get bets on. Deprave at 3.30, Abyssinian 3.70, Bar Carter at 4.20. And let's head to Moonee Valley, race 1 of 10. And here is Greg Miles.
And won't be long before they're called in. First on the card, the AussieForm.com handicap, 1,000 metres to get things underway. And the best tried on track is clearly number 2, Abyssinian. It's going to run favourite. I think it's just got everything in its favour. Blinkers on, barrier 1. It certainly has the pace to use that inside barrier. And I'm sure it'll tighten up shortly. And pressure Deprave for favouritism on course as well. We see amazing pools at this time of the year on Super Tab at the moment. There's $340,000 in the pool on the screen I'm looking at. Deprave is favourite at 340, Abyssinian at 350. Beavery's Jest, the grey out behind the line there. Number 8 is Gantry in the all orange colours. Deposit took the outside barrier. Bar Carter stands well. Abyssinian the inside gate. They're ready, set to jump. Titanic Rose took a dive at the gates out wide. They're away now. Abyssinian out fairly on the inside. Bar Carter flew out of the gates and led early from Deprave, and now Abyssinian is hunting through under Sharman along the rails. Gantry settling fourth with Chatelain on its outside, and then Titanic Rose followed by Burberry's Jest. Time Deposit amongst the tail enders back there third last and travelling wide, and the last of all is Feel the Noise. Bar Carter led in second placing, retaining the inside as Abyssinian. Deprave is a length away third, Chatelain fourth just behind them. 1.5 then 2 Titanic Rose. Gantry on the rails as they sweep up towards the turn, and quickly around the outside. Time Deposit is making ground up to the turn. Abyssinian along the inside moved up and joined Bar Carter. Deprave 3 out and Time Deposit 4 out as they come around the corner into the straight. Bar Carter narrowly from Abyssinian, who's under the whip. Deprave 3 out, Time Deposit 4 wide coming at them. A great finish coming up. It's Deprave on the outside. Time Deposit and Deprave, and Time Deposit kick might have won it, a nose. Time Deposit maybe from Deprave. Bar Carter holding onto the inside for third, and just behind these Burberry's Jest in company with Chatelain. Then Feel the Noise. Bar Carter, Titanic Rose and Abyssinian tied very badly on the inside to finish last. And 9 has got it. Time Deposit ridden by Glen Boss. Number 9 the winner, Time Deposit, Glen Boss and Gay Waterhouse. Second placing 1 Deprave, Stephen Arnold. Third, number 3, Bar Carter, ridden by Damien Oliver. Numbers in the first, 9, 1 and 3 in 58.7. 58.7. The race record is 57.4, so 1.3 outside of the race record. And in fact, that is a course record. In fact, it's 57.47 held by El Mansour. 9-1-3. Time Deposit is by Secret Savings from Danielle, having its first up run since June. It won at Canterbury, beat Pentathlon, and that's certainly solid form reference for this race here today. Track wide all of the way. Pentathlon running third the other day to Royal Code and Eustonov, and its start after that was a fourth at Rosehill when it met some interference. So good performance by Time Deposit. Glen Boss from the outside barrier winning race number 1 and track wide all the way. 9-1-3 on the first event from Moonee Valley. The second, the Pierre Fontaine Trophy, again over 1,000 metres. Race 2 at 12:15.
Sunline with a mighty lead though. She's 4 in front. Tyler not fixed the Stately Bird of brilliant. And Hugh Shaker make it down the outside with an explosive burst of speed. Go, 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 Sky Racing! Ripper's got through on the inside. Dane Ripper wins the Cox Plate. But Might and Power, the big champ, the king, joins the greats of the turf. And Might and Power's won it. Sunline clear. Tyler not starting to make late ground. He's rallying. But Sunline will hold on and win all the way. But the champion mare is going to kill them. She's 5 in front, Sunline, and a piece of racing history. Back-to-back Cox Plates for the champion mare, Sunline. She's won it by 6 lengths easily. But this is going to be a fairy-tale derby victory for Pete Murray and Justin Sheehan. Universal Prince careers away and he wins the blue riband. Viscount, but great 3-year-old. Shogun Lodge can't pick him up. And another win of the George May to a top quality 3-year-old.
Northerly's answering. Sunline by a length and a quarter. Northerly's lifting. The champion West Australian lunged. Got her! Sunline is clear though near the line. And the champion mare, the Queen of the Turf, is back on her throne tonight.
Good afternoon, everyone. Lovely to be with you on one of Australia's most important race days, the occasion of the WS Cox Plate, which will be run at Moonee Valley in Melbourne at 3:30 Eastern this afternoon. Not many runners, a field of 8, but the quality is very, very profound indeed. And Sunline attempting to emulate the deeds of the mighty Kingston Town by making it 3 consecutive WS Cox Plates. It's a big, big task, and she certainly won't be getting any favours today from her rivals. Now we have 1 to go in New Zealand, Raid 40, 3 Bel Esprit 370, 4 Kuzi 360, 5 out, 6 Zibolino 660, 7 out, number 8 Bella Vichy at $6.90. Over to Colonial Jester 22, Saucy Susan 38, and She's My Baby at $12. Well, a major race day would not be complete without the inclusion of a young man called Rupert McCall, whose poetic accolades to some of the great horses and horsemen have become a real highlight of Sky Racing. Rupert McCall pays his tribute to the mighty Sunline.
Well, you wake up in the morning and you open up the guide. There she is, the mighty mare, and Charlesy's got the ride. Now there's fire in your breakfast bowl, excitement's taking hold, and suddenly you see this world in blue and red and gold. Well, you rock up to the racetrack and you're positively pumped because you're there to see your darling. At 3:30 they've jumped. Now the field's an honest bottler, but the girls are cut above. Please don't think I've lost it, but I think that I'm in love. The first time was incredible, the second time was stunning, but a third pulsating victory. My plate is overrunning. There's only one way to describe it as she hits the line to score. It's a Sunline kind of Saturday. A man can't ask much more.
Sunline and her strapper Claire Bird have become a very famous combination in Australasian racing these past couple of years. OK, Sky Ratings now on the WS Cox Plate to be run at 3:30, and Northerly and Sunline are level pegging. Silvano from Germany, 97, Universal Prince at 90. Now here's the full market. Number 1, Northerly at 480, sharing the same quote as Silvano. Caetano 33, Referral 45, King Keitel 34, Universal Prince 510, Sunline favourite 260, and Viscount at $9.60. And would you note there is already 218,000 in the win pool, so that gives you a fairly true reflection of the early betting on the race. It's obvious that Australians are going to rally to their favourite Sunline. Now Moonee Valley race 7, the Cox Plate is at 3:30. Righto, off for a quick early break on Sky Racing. Back after this, and you're at home on the track. And Argonaut, they're the only ones under double figures. As you're aware, we can't bring you the Moonee Valley races live, certainly not the first few anyway, right up until the Cox Plate, and we will be bringing you the replay as soon as we possibly can after. All right, they've passed the post at Moonee Valley in the open 2-year-old race, and here's the action with Greg Miles.
My baby, so the field is ready, race number 2. They're off. Zibolino jumped okay on the inside. Kusi was a touch slow, is going to settle towards the tail, and She's My Baby jumped fast and led early from Argonaut, and going through Bellesprit with Zibolino settling fourth the rail. Colonial Jester next with Bellavici just ahead of it. A break of 2 or 3 lengths further back in the field, then came Ferrari Uno. Over on the inside then, after missing the start a little, is Kusi, who's second last, and last of all Saucy Susan. Through the gap, Argonaut the inside, and Bellesprit, they share the lead. She's My Baby third, Bellavici going up to fourth in the purple colours. Then Zibolino losing ground from Colonial Jester and Ferrari Uno, and then Kusi as they cornered now, and it's Bellesprit taking a slender lead from Argonaut with the rail. Bellavici in the clear and coming home well, and Kusi sees daylight too, but Bellesprit kicked away. Bellesprit by 2 or 3 lengths. Bellavici's running on well, but Bellesprit is racing right away. This is a big win. Bellesprit careers away under the whip from Trelaw, and Bellesprit easily over Bellavici. Kusi got up for third. Then came Zibolino, Argonaut, and a break to She's My Baby, Saucy Susan. And at the tail of the field of Ferrari Uno, back there in company with Colonial Jester.
Well, congratulations to jockey Wayne Trelaw. By golly, it's been a long time between drinks on the Metropolitan tracks for Wayne. He's been riding this son of Royal Academy in recent trials, including an impressive trial win at Bendigo. Bellesprit 420 and 180, Bellavici 190, Kusi 160, Quinella 1670, Exacta 2690, Trifecta 109.50. Well, Larry, you've got a trainer there.
John, and good afternoon all. Beautiful day here at Rosehill Gardens, and favourite for the first, number 1, Planchette, $1.50 and $1. Is a little better than that on track, and there has been some support to say that Devastate will run well, a newcomer by Eagle-Eyed, who is at 640 currently. 2 to move in now, Ratio and Cyclone Bell. And with the 2 to come up, the track rated as fast here today. We don't often get a fast track these days in Sydney, but such is the case this afternoon. The rail is out a distance of 6 metres. That's the widest. And here's Ratio moving forward. Planchette drawn on the inside. Yes, John Hawkes with a huge number of top hopes here today. And of course, the forgotten horse he trains in the Cox Plate, Viscount. Who's to say he can't win a day? Anyway, let's concentrate on this first of the day. And they're all in, ready now. 1,100 metres ahead of them. Lion Dancer, Huey Bowman, drawn on the inside. Starter goes up onto the ladder now. Ready. Racing in the first of the day, a little slowly away, Tutelage with Minority, and the newcomer Devastate got out very quickly and leads about a length on settling down. Going up into second posse is the favourite Planchette, and Tutelage is picking up ground, followed closely by Cabinda, and a length and a quarter then to Cyclone Bell and Cohen. Over on the inside is Lion Dancer, Ratio second last, and 2 lengths Minority. Working to the side of the track, and Tutelage hits the front now, about a half Devastate. A length Cabinda third, and Planchette running fourth, and then comes Cohen, travelling on the outside of Lion Dancer, 3 to Cyclone Bell, Minority, and Ratio's dropped out last, travelling to the corner, and Tutelage just leading from Devastate. A length behind them, the third is Cabinda. Planchette momentarily held up for a run. The rider on Cabinda trying to hold Rod Quinn in on Planchette, but not succeeding, and coming down to the 250, and Planchette after Devastate, and Tutelage joins them and beat them off, and coming to the 150, Planchette a length and a half, Cabinda, Tutelage, Lion Dancer battling on pretty well Devastate, but Planchette is above average in ability, and Planchette wins it well from a photo. Cabinda, Minority a good run, and Tutelage. Devastate weakened out of it, followed home then by Lion Dancer, Cohen, Cyclone Bell, and Ratio was last to complete the course.
Rod Quinn had to bullock his way out of the pocket on the favourite there. Once Planchette saw daylight and got some galloping room, the race was over in a twinkling. $1.60 and 104. And that could be the first of several winners today in Sydney for the Crown Lodge organisation. Most representatives of that organisation, of course, would be at Moonee Valley today. Peter Snowden looking after things in Sydney, no doubt. All right, now the first at Cheltenham is coming up at 12:41.
It's not a great race. Most of the horses in the race have only won either a maiden or just at one city.
We go to break. Let's have a close look at one of the Top contenders in today's WS Cox Plate, AJC Australian Derby winner Universal Prince.
Universal Prince is blazing down the centre and he's coming with a mighty run. Universal Prince moved up, grabbed the lead and he raced away from Dynamite, and Universal Prince won the Guineas, and boy, they'll never beat him in the Derby on that one, you'd think. But this is going to be a fairy tale Derby victory for Beat Murray and Justin Shee, and Universal Prince careers away and he wins the Blue Riband.
Gates are back and they're racing in the first. Clear's Patra's Needle on the inside was one of the best to begin. Honeymoon Lodge is showing speed, and not far away She Sweet and Ready About going up around the outside. Millennium Charm is dropping back to the tail. After 200 metres, Ready About goes to the front by 2 lengths to She Sweet, and they were followed by Cleopatra's Needle and Honeymoon Lodge, with Violetta improving around the field. They were followed by Flaming Spur. Favourites beyond midfield, back on the fence now. Then came Donna Magella, Calabria Express, and 2 lengths away Millennium Charm. At the 800 metre mark, it's Honeymoon Lodge, the leader by 2 lengths. Violetta, who's out 3 wide. She Sweet the centre, and they were followed further back by Ready About, 4th on the inner. Behind those then was Cleopatra's Needle, who's been shuffled back in the field. Flaming Spurs going around it. Further back, Millennium Charm second last, and Calabria Express is back at the tail. Only 5 lengths would cover the field though at the 500. Honeymoon Lodge the leader by a length and a half. She Sweet, and then Violetta out wide. Behind those, Ready About, followed by back in the field now Donna Magella hooking out wide, and Flaming Spur tries to track it. Millennium Charm down the outside. At the 300, Honeymoon Lodge the leader. Millennium Charm down the outside in hot pursuit, followed by Donna Magella, and Flaming Spur has got a big task to win from there. Millennium Charm at the 200 hits the front though from Honeymoon Lodge, and they were followed further back in the field by Cleopatra's Needle getting through for the minors, but Millennium Charm's pounced on the lead, has put up 4 lengths and is going to cruise in. Millennium Charm won easily from Cleopatra's Needle. Donna Magella third, and Calabria Express made up ground for 4th. Honeymoon Lodge tied, and then came Ready About, She Sweet. Flaming Spur has finished second last, and Violetta has finished last.
Well, that won like a 6-4 chance, but it paid $36.60 and $7.20, $1.50 Cleopatra's Needle, $1.50 Donna Magella. That was an ordinary 3-year-old maiden at Kembla, but a very soft win, and you'd have to say that Millennium Charm is going to win an ordinary one in the city. $36.60 and $7.20 for number 9 Millennium Charm, ridden by young Luke Price. $3.70 a Pat Payne ride. Viking Ruler $2.40, Pure Theatre $3.10, $40 for Classic Cut, $7.10 Ebony Knight, and $49 for Silver Ghost, and $477,000 on a 6-horse field. Doomben, race 2, 9 minutes away. Road Spy $3.40, Crackerjack. Replay of the AAMI.
Ready, racing in the AAMI Vase. Houston off out reasonably. Classic Cut jumped well. Silver Ghost ridden for pace today. Ebony Knight got away well, and Viking Ruler will settle back along the inside in company with Pure Theatre, who's now booting through along the rails. But Silver Ghost is taking up the running, going past the post the first time. He was well back at Geelong the other day, but in a change of tactics he leads. Ebony Knight goes to second, and Classic Cut boots around the outside, ensuring a strong tempo. Pure Theatre dropped in behind them, and Viking Ruler is next, and behind him about 4 lengths away Houston off. Out by the 1500, strong pace. Classic Cut's working to the lead now over Silver Ghost. 3 lengths Ebony Knight. It'll be a good Derby trial, this strong tempo. Back behind them, Pure Theatre 4th the inside. 2 lengths then to Viking Ruler, and he's followed 3 lengths away by Houston off. As they go into the back near the 1200, Classic Cut by 2. Silver goes second, Ebony Knight the outside. 2 lengths back 4th is Pure Theatre, 3 behind him Viking Ruler, and 2 to Houston off. Classic Cut now slowing the tempo a fraction as they go to the 1000. He's a length and a half to 2 clear. Ebony Knight second, Silver Ghost the rails a length away third. 2 lengths 4th to Pure Theatre, a length and a half to Viking Ruler, taking closer order now as the pace slows, and Houston off a length and a half away. Only about 7 lengths would cover them. At the 800, Classic Cut by 1.5 to Ebony Knight. Silver Ghost the rail. Pure Theatre on the outside, and then Viking Ruler and Houston off pulling out to make his run. Up the side near the 600, Classic Cut by almost a length. Ebony Knight second from Pure Theatre. Silver Ghost feels the pinch, and Viking Ruler and Houston off make runs together. Classic Cut came to the 400, a neck to Ebony Knight. Pure Theatre, Viking Ruler 4 out, and Use Enough 5 out. This is a race coming around the turn now, and Viking Ruler comes quickly and he takes over the running at the bend. Use Enough is challenging him as they corner. Then came Ebony Knight and Pure Theatre. It's Viking Ruler in front. Use Enough is coming after him. The son of Let's Elope raced up to Viking Ruler. It's Use Enough taking the lead. Viking Ruler kicks back. Use Enough a narrow leader. Viking Ruler kicking strongly, but Use Enough too strong. Use Enough a great Derby trial beat Viking Ruler. Pure Theatre 3 lengths away third. Then came Ebony Knight, followed in by Classic Cut and a long last.
Yes,
Silver Gate.
what a great run there between Ustinov and Viking Ruler. Sets the scene now for the Victorian Derby, and I'm certain that Damien Oliver will now be on a Malpy. What a great race it's shaping up to be. Al, we've got a great...
Especially tactics-wise, and now Pompeii is the favourite at around $3.50.
OK, Joe. Malcolm Johnston trained Shags, which bolted in a Class 3 recently at Gosford. $3.60, Pompeii $3.50, nothing between them. $8.20 Disco Danza, $4 Marvilla, $4.40 Palm Flyer, Imprint the Bolter at $46. So it's a very spirited little race as far as betting's concerned. Cheltenham Race 2, fancied runners, $2 New Trader, $5.40 Mustang Air, $5 for Rose Beat. All of the others are at double figures. Ian Craig now with his call of Race 2 at Rosehill Gardens.
Thank you, John. And in the second of the day, well, probably fair to say, according to the rank and file here on track, only one can't win, and that is number 6 Imprint, who on Tab Limited is $46. On track, the favourite is number 1 Shags, as he is on the tote at $3.70. There has been significant support, though, for Marvilha. The stablemate of the first winner, Planchet, Marvilha, has come in a point and a half in the ring, and on the tote is around about the same, $4. So this is a very interesting race. Looks very well to Marvilha. She hasn't sported silk since the 4th of July. She only had the 4 starts, 2 seconds and 2 thirds yet to win. Shags, the favourite, has had the 2 runs back, and on a slow track at Gosford, spread eagled them at his most recent appearance. Now, only Palm Flyer to come forward now. Larry Cassidy aboard, racing in the club's colours this afternoon. Shags, the inside runner. Brent Stanley aboard. Nice to see Brent back after injury. Palm Flyer a little reluctant to enter the stalls. First of the day, 1, 5, 7 and 10. Planchet beat Minority. Stable Quinella to John Hawkes. Cabinda 3rd and Tutelage 4th. And the Denham stable ran 3rd and 4th. Now, Eddie Palm Flyer, who's a little reluctant to go in here. $3.50 Shags, $3.40 Pompeii. So $3.50 for 1, $3.40 for 2, and Marvilha, who's met with significant support in the bookies ring, $4.10. Now they're all set to go. 1,100 metres. They're off this time. They jumped as one at the end of 100 metres. The speedy Pompeii to the lead from Disco Danza. In 3rd position, Palm Flyer, followed closely by Shags. Imprint the roughie next to last. And 2 lengths to Marvilha as they race along past the 750. And Pompeii just leading from Palm Flyer. They are going very, very quickly. 2 lengths to Shags, getting a lovely drop off the speed. And then Disco Danza, followed by Imprint at a length further back as Marvilha. They race along past the 600 mark. And Pompeii leads the way. Got a break of about 3/4 of a length. Palm Flyer nearing the corner, 2.5 to Shags. 3 lengths further back, Disco Danza, Imprinted. Marvilha hugging the rails is last. Straightening up now, and Pompeii by the 400. A length and a half on Palm Flyer. Shags, Brent Stanley hooks around them now. It is setting out after Pompeii, and then Marvilha, who's racing a little greenly as they come down past the 200. Shags got to Pompeii. Marvilha a handful for Rodney Quinn, but Shags by G. Mel Johnston's got this fella racing well this prep, and Shags is untroubled to win it. It's Shags from Marvilha, who will improve vastly with that run under its belt. Then Pompeii. Photo for 4th, Palm Flyer and Disco Danza, and the roughie was last, and that was Imprint. Shags, number 1, has paid $3.70 and $2. Mel Johnson's got him flying this prep. By the same token, gee, I tell you what, he had a lovely run in transit. Brent just sat behind them. The 2 leaders who went very fast, Pompeii and Palm Flyer. pulled around them in the straight. Palm Flyer was the first beaten, quickly shook off Pompeii. And Mar Villaha, she was a handful for Rodney Quinn, but over the concluding stages, the Night Shift filly really got to the line well and will pay to follow.
Well, great win to Shags under top weight, 57.5. Well done, Malcolm Johnston, and well done, Brent Stanley. Brent was our guest in the studio here last Saturday, Caulfield Cup Day, sat in with us right through the afternoon. It was lovely to have his company. He resumed riding on Thursday at Orange, where he rode a winner, and a Metropolitan winner so soon after his resumption will mean a lot to Brent. He had a nasty wrist injury incurred about 10 weeks ago, and you've got no idea what that'll mean to him. A very confident ride, and he'll be bouncing right back to where he was, where he left off. Congratulations to Brent Stanley, a vastly underrated jockey. $3.70 and $2 Shags, $2 Marvilla, no third tote Pompeii, Quinella $5.70, Exacta $9.30, and the trifecta $32.50. Miracle Mal himself, left of screen, wearing the little cap, and on his left, son Blake, and there's Mum, Gail, also in the picture. And Brent Stanley, a picture of concentration as he comes back to scale on the unusually named Shags. OK, second race at Cheltenham. Simon Price is riding one of the fancied runners, Rose Beat. Here he is with Hilt.
What happened at the start?
Last week, just a slight shift from outside me, give me a little bit of bump, and ended up probably a position back further than I would have liked to have been, and then the pace wasn't that good. So, and in the finish, she did well to finish where she did.
What about today? More like at the start, what will you do?
Yeah, she's a filly that you sort of tend to ride her the way she how she wants to be ridden, and but I'm hoping that we can sort of just be behind the pace, and hopefully they might just run a bit quicker and she'll have a finish on her.
Race 3, number 4, Deaconess. The race was run to suit last start, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was perfect. You know, prior to the race, it didn't look to be a lot of speed in there, but they went out and went mad, and it really suited us. The sting was out of the ground, and today from 1 we should enjoy a good run, and hopefully, you know, ride her much the same as last time, and she'll be hard to beat.
Race 4, number 8, Crowned Love. Do you think she can handle the class rise?
Yeah, she's always showing a little bit, and it was a strong win at Balaclava, and still learning. The extra ground I don't think is a problem. Drawn nicely, will probably be just behind the pace, and she'll be strong at the finish.
Race 6, number 11, Noble Glow. Did the horse have many excuses last start?
No, she won well at Victoria Park. Last start here, raced outside the leader. Did pull a little bit, but in the finish was a shade disappointing, and hopefully maybe it was just second up. So today we're hoping for improvement.
Is it more that perhaps she has to find the lead rather than sit outside the leader, seeing she pulled?
I think that might be the case, yes.
So you'll look for the lead today, Simon?
Yeah, I think so.
Good on you, Simon. Very few meetings go by in Adelaide that fella doesn't ride a winner or two. Now, Cheltenham race 2, 2 minutes away. Favourite New Trader, 2.30, 5.60 Mustaneer, and $4 Rose Beat, the Simon Price ride. Others double figures. 53,000 in the pool, and there they are at the barrier. Kembla Grange, South Coast, New South Wales, race 2, Centre Prima 100, Big Divvy on the tote, $16. Altair 97, Consortium 90, and Burmarad at 80. Here's
Thunder is the final one to move up for this race number 2. Monty Thunder goes up into line, and the field is now set to run for race number 2. 1400 short price select, and that is Consortium at 160 in the All Cerise. They're racing. Consortium was away with them on an edge on the inside, was away well. Majestic Air shows a bit of pace with Centre Prima. Consortium around the